beginning was the Word, and the Word was with God, and the Word was God. John 1:1. Lion Speaks Ministries. Again to Lion Speaks Ministry. Today, we're going to talk about unshakable faith.
Whoa. Hold the phone. What is that?
Well, unshakable faith is believing in Jesus no matter what happens in your life.
Well, how do you do that?
Well, let's say it's easy to always believe when things are going well, like you're getting your car's running good, your house is wonderful, your kids are doing well, you're working a steady job, and you're earning a lot of money to be able to provide for your family. That's all things that are going really easy.
Yeah.
You even have really great friends that are there to support.
Yeah.
But things get tough or hard, people lose the faith. So when things start to happen, like your car breaks down, your kids aren't listening, they cut your hours at work. That's hard things that start happening.
I've been there before.
But when things don't go well, you know what happens? People get scared.
Ugh.
Yeah. When people get scared, they're known to tremble and shake with fear, just like you just did.
Is that where shaking like a leaf came from?
Yes, you probably did. And back in my times, they used to say things like shaking in my boots.
Never heard that one before.
Yeah, that was a good one too. So, when fear gets the best of you, it just kind of like takes over your whole life.
Yeah. Well, what should we do to prevent that?
Well, let's go to the word first. So we're going to turn to Psalm 16, verse 8. And it says, I have set the Lord always before me, because he is at my right hand. I will not be moved. You know what that means?
What?
That means that when you set your eyes on Christ, that no matter what happens in your life, that you keep your eyes on Christ and you're so focused on him that whatever's going on beside you can't shake you up and make you all a mess.
Well, sometimes that's easier said than done.
Yeah, sometimes it is. But if we don't, fear can get the best of us.
That is true.
So, before we know it, we are overflowing with fear. Let's demonstrate this. So, we have a bottle of soda here. And so, things happen in our life, like the car breaks down. Or our kids don't want to listen. They cut your job hours. Oh, that's a big one. The worst is when you don't know what's going to happen in your life. So you're worried because now your car's broken, your hours are cut. You're worried, what's going to happen? So, it's a major shake in our life because it's rallying our life up, right? And what happens? It overflows. It makes a huge mess in our life.
I'm going to come back here.
So,
My hair is just soaked.
we just demonstrate what happens when we allow fear and circumstances in our life, how it explodes us, you know? And so that's where you become a mess. Sometimes you attack other people because you're in fear of what's happening in your life, that you find yourself you're attacking. You're now involved in anger. Leave me alone. Or you're now not able to walk in peace. So now you're like, I'm just so scared, you know? And that's what happens when you let circumstances take over and you become so fearful that now you're not focused on Jesus anymore. So,
That was better than the elephant toothpaste.
that was better than the elephant toothpaste. So, that was pretty cool. But there are things that we can do.
Yep.
So, do you want to know what things you can do?
What?
Okay. Well, this is things that I do and we all should be doing. And I'm not saying I'm perfect, because I know I make the mistakes. But I'm learning to trust more and more on God. So the first thing you should do when something happens all of a sudden is stop and breathe. Okay, now, what should I do? The next step should be, well, what did the word say? The word said that we should keep our eyes, in Psalms, that we should keep our eyes focused on Christ. Stay focused and concentrated on him. That's what his word is. Always go to the word. What does the word say? And his word is strong and alive, and it will help you through everything. After you do focusing on his word and what should be done, you can now keep repeating, I'm going to keep my eyes on Christ, because that's what Psalm 16:8 says, keeping my eyes focused on Christ. And then you're waiting on Jesus to calm that storm down. And while you're waiting, you're saying, Lord, and you're praying, Lord, help me through this situation. Always be in prayer and everything. Help me deal with this. Help me to be at peace. Don't let me lose sleep. Help me to see what I should do to continue my walk in you. And God will give you that peace. God will give you the overflowing of joy. God will be there in every step of the way. And then what should you do after all you've done? You read the word, you prayed, you relied on Jesus. Well, now there's only one more thing left to do. And that's to rely on God to do his part. Because when we rely on God to do his part, we're believing and having faith that he'll do it. And guess what? He will do it. So, wasn't that great in what we just learned there?
Yeah, your Bible got you sticky though.
Yeah, we'll clean it off. So, now, instead of overflowing and making a big mess, I'm going to demonstrate what we can do. So, here we go. So, now, when you're a truck driver and you fall and you break your leg and now you can't work. Now, when your kids aren't listening and you stop and say, well, God says to be, whatever you want to stand on that's going to help you through, giving you peace, that's still uprooting, I thought I was going to work extra time and I'm not, and I can't get the things I want to get my kid for Christmas. Those are all things that are uprooting, and it's causing an upsetness. But when you just calm down, take a breath, let it settle a little, let Jesus take control of the storm in your life, praying and reading his word and standing on what he says is true, and let God take control. So we're going to release a little of the pressure, because that's what you do when you talk to Jesus. You release a little pressure. And so then, what do? We let God, we missed it. Can you see anything?
I saw a little bit.
I saw a little bit. What was supposed to happen is I couldn't get I'm probably not strong enough. It was supposed to be a little bit of steam from the pressure. But that's what happens when we rely on Jesus to do his thing. So instead of making a big mess, steam comes out and it's like, God, you're in control. So now, instead of making a big mess, it's just steam. Steam coming out. And when the steam comes out, it causes a cool, misty vapor. That's what should happen. Like it's no big deal. Not that it's not a big deal, but it helps you through it because of what the Word of God says and what Jesus says he'll do. So you don't have to let fear get the best of you or control you in your life in any way. Put your trust in Jesus Christ and know that he will do what he says he'll do. What do you think of that, Nyson? Well, thank you. I guess I should have left you to it. So what do you think about what we just learned?
I think it was pretty cool. That makes a lot more sense than it did from the beginning.
Right. And so now we learned about what unshakable faith is and what it is, what we should do when we're having troubles in our life, that's so we can become unshakable. Because when we're unshakable, the devil can't shake us up. It's a beautiful thing. The devil realizes that he can't beat you up because you won't allow anything to shake you up. And isn't that what's most important, especially in these times? Don't let the devil shake you up. Stand on the word of God. Stand on what Jesus Christ said. Stand on what Jesus Christ died on the cross for. The unshakable. Become that unshakable person and see how God will move in your life in such a mighty way that you're going to be a total shock. Oh my God, I can't believe Jesus took care of it already. Oh my God, I can't believe that I have such peace about it. And see how much your life will be more pleasant and more enjoyable. So that's what we have today. And that was our lesson today about being unshakable.
If you like this video, make sure to hit the like button, subscribe, hit the bell notification so you never miss out on any of our videos.
And remember that we're still here reaching the world.